Hey guys, just wanted to send out a quick video. Haven't seen a lot of you in a long time. Thought it might be pretty cool if you guys actually saw a video of me, see how I move, what I've become, what I look like. Um, Also, the main reason for me making this video is to sort of send out a short warning. I've made a decision recently that I'm going to be kind of pursuing some of my core interests that I've uh, maybe a little bit shared here and there or a little bit invested in, but now I'm actually going to go a little crazy with, and they seem to be a broad range of topics, and I just wanted to let you guys know that I haven't been hacked and that I'm just sharing this stuff. If it appeals to you, feel free to follow it, be interested in it, like it, share it. But if you don't, that's totally fine as well. Um, just want to go a little bit into detail about what's kind of changed in my head. I spent a large part of my life trying to figure out what I'm good at, and is that acceptable to people, the norm, and getting to the point where I just really don't care anymore, and finally letting go of trying to be what everybody else expects you to be, and just realizing through some turn of events lately. One being, I actually started letting myself have fun playing video games. Seems to be sort of shameful to me, as searching your purpose in life, and you're a 40-year-old man now, and you're sitting around playing video games all day. But hey, it happened, and I'm starting to be okay with it. Then I started. I have this root thing in me that I just love to share. When I find something cool and I'm having fun, I want to share that with as many people as I can. So I started kind of researching what this, I know there's game streaming. What if I shared what I was doing with other people, because I really was tired of, in order to have a little bit of fun in playing games, I had to basically separate myself from people, and having a really difficult time finding other people to enjoy similar games with. As many of you may not know, when you start playing a game, then you have to, if you're social and you want to interact with other people, then you find, first of all, people that are interested in gaming, and then you may not be interested in the same types of games, and then when you even play certain types of games, you may have different styles of play that makes it quite difficult. But then, somewhat simultaneously, I crossed the thoughts process of, we'll call it psychological reviewing of behavior, journaling. It just seems like I've been, with all that, my head stays pretty busy, and with all that I've thought and done, it seems that it's been suggested several times to me that I should journal. And honestly, to me, it's just so unappealing, because I prefer to interact with people again, and it's writing in a book that I may or may not read and may provide some insight in the future. To me, just sort of feels sort of like a waste. Um, I like thinking deep and hard and passionately about what I did, what they did. Was it good, bad, or indifferent? And just really reviewing my own thoughts and feelings. And I like to think of myself as a nice, friendly, kind guy, but continually finding that there's often rage or anger or hurt, and just realizing that um, this hurt, this rage that's obviously socially unacceptable, uh, paired with hurt, which is usually you're empathetic towards, and they're just not that far away from each other. A lot of these hurtful, and especially with the situations of things going on in shootings and terrorism attacks and whatnot. I won't even begin to cover that topic in my thoughts, but it's like, these things that people are acting out on uh, don't stem very far from being hurt themselves. It's no excuse, but again, I don't even want to go there. So, but that's just one of the topics of interest, I would say, in the psychological area of um, observing your behavior and improving yourself as a person and helping other people. Um, then another thing I wanted to touch on is my learning style. I've known for a long time, and I was terrible in school, and that just the whole learning system of what they do not only in America but also in Germany of you have to fit this mold, you have to sit in this chair, you have to read this book, you have to regurgitate this information. Just doesn't fit me. I'm more of a kinetic learner. For those of you that don't know what that means, it's I'm going to learn faster, better, more enjoyably by doing something, trying it out, and then it's going to stick in my head better when I learn that way. Again, that just kind of fits with this whole broad range of interests that I have. Knowing that and being interested in that type of a learning style is kind of what this whole thing's all about. I'll also quickly mention, as you've probably noticed over the last 5-10 years, I've also created a woodworking page where I'd started from hand tools and now it's kind of sort of shifted to wood turning, a little more my brain pace. But just another area that I might be sharing and marketing or not only marketing, but actually just some things that I'm passionate about, things that I want to share. It's not about marketing or making money. This isn't some commercial, as many of my other rants or whatever you want to call them have been. This is just me expressing my interests, sharing that on a wide range scale that hopefully we can enjoy interacting and doing things together. And not only that, I like taking these topics, and maybe you'll find some guy that's into woodworking but also likes gaming, or doesn't like gaming but likes thinking a lot. And what would happen if you do the streaming thing and you're doing the typical video game thing, but then you start talking about how, that makes me feel like crap, and it's just a video game, but it still makes me feel like crap. Just open this spectrum wide open, and just see what comes of it. I've also just lately been interested more in text and words, and I'm just kind of a database collecting kind of guy, and I just want to open up the floodgates and share all this stuff and see what relationships become of it, what opens up, and what we can do with it. I also, one of the last things that I think might be of value to a lot of people and helpful is that, I do have moved halfway across the world and understand a little bit of the way other people think on this side of the world. And I want to sort of bring the two worlds together, share with my American friends some things I've learned from the Germans, and also some of the things that with the Germans that I've learned from being an American, and just kind of I've actually found out just dramatically through this streaming over the last couple days, just sharing. I'm playing a German-built video game and streaming in English, so I get to explain all the quirks and interesting things of the game that are German, that maybe the American wouldn't even know that it's a German game. So I find a lot of gratitude. I find now the German word's coming to me, but I find a lot of fulfillment in it. The other thing is, I just want to close and say, hey, if any of this stuff that I do post is interesting, please contact me. I would love and be passionate about sharing it with a person instead of just talking to myself or thinking about it myself in my head. Please hit me up. Facebook keeps people connected. There's a love-hate relationship with Facebook, but I can't let it go because it keeps me connected with so many old friends that I get to see what's going on in their life, kind of keep up to date with them, and can 20 years later sometimes pick up a conversation and redevelop that relationship from nothing. To me, it's amazing. But okay, that was long enough. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll be seeing you in the future.